guys, and welcome back to another video. I am really excited to be filming this video today because I went to Walmart on Sunday. If you missed my Walmart video, I'll be sure to link it down below or up in a corner. I shared with you my current Walmart favorites, and of course I couldn't stay away from Walmart, so I decided to just go peruse the aisles, and I ended up coming across so many new makeup products from the drugstore that I just needed to try. Since I had basically a full entire face of new drugstore products, I was planning on doing a first impression video, but then I realized that, you know, I'll know right away if I like a product like the first time I use it, but maybe I'll need to tweak how I use it, and I'll know right away if I don't like something. But I wanted to give myself a chance to work with the products before just saying, oh, this doesn't work for me. But let me just tell you, once I figured out which ways products worked best for me, that was a mouthful, I am so happy, and I think I found my current favorite foundation. And it's really affordable. So without further ado, I'm gonna let you get into the rest of the video. As always, links to everything I mentioned and my shades will be listed in the down bar down below. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into the video. I don't have anything on my face right now, but I did pick up a new moisturizer. It's by Palmer's, and I actually saw a YouTuber talk about it. I think it was Gabby or Nikki, and she did a skincare video, and she mentioned a lot of these Palmer's products, so I decided to pick one up when I saw it at Walmart. I've been using it for a few days now. I got it on Sunday. It is Tuesday today, so I've been using it day and night. I love the way it feels. It feels very lightweight. It doesn't feel greasy. It sinks in really nicely. I think it was around $10, so I wanted to try a more affordable option. As you can probably see, I have this pimple on my forehead, and I also felt this underground thing popping up, so I don't know if it's because of this. I also am getting my period soon, so it could be that. The next thing I'm gonna go in with is the NYX Bare With Me Hydrating Jelly Primer. This is a product that I probably would not have bought myself, but they sent it to me in PR, and I was just trying it because I thought it would be very interesting. Turns out I love it. I talked about it in my skincare video. If you haven't seen that, which I strongly urge you to watch, because I go over what I use, why I use it. So it looks like a clear jello. It's a very interesting texture. In my opinion, this is kind of like a drugstore option for like Milk Hydro Grip Primer or the Cover FX Grip Primer. It doesn't feel sticky or tacky, but you definitely feel like there's a little bit of, not texture, but it just helps the makeup stick onto my face. Once you rub it in your hands, it feels really nice and liquidy. I especially like using this product on top of like oils or Egyptian Magic, because I felt like sometimes like I would put on my Egyptian Magic or an oil, and then I would put a primer on top, and I just feel like it took away like the luminosity of the oil that I really liked. The foundation that I'm gonna be using today is by LA Girl, and it's their Pro Coverage HD High Definition Foundation. One thing I'll say about this is the shade range was very lacking. It was just two little rows. I got the second to lightest shade. So I'm not sure if that Walmart I went to just had a very limited range, but I got the second lightest shade. I got fair. None of my products are fair, so I'm not really sure. I'll have to check online. I wasn't really sure what to expect with this foundation because I hadn't really heard much about it, but I have to say I've been really liking it. One thing I did notice about this foundation is it's way liquidier than I imagined. It's very lightweight. It looks just like skin. It's a beautiful, beautiful foundation. One thing I will say though is I noticed that my pores are a little bit visible in this area, and I think with this sort of foundation, ones that are a little bit more liquidy and illuminating, they also had a matte one, but of course I like more illuminating. I'm just gonna take some of my pore filling primer because my main pore issues are right around here, so I want to kind of do my best to fill these in a little bit. I'm just also gonna take a little bit more because I've been noticing my makeup has been settling here. So if anyone has any tips, let me know, because that's something that I never noticed before, but now I've been noticing it. So if you have any recommendations for that, besides like fillers, because I'm not putting fillers in my face, I'm petrified of fillers, so I don't know, do I just need to like put, I don't know, is there a product that I can put there? Let me know. So I'm gonna go in with this foundation. I like to give it a good shake. I love the packaging. The packaging really reminds me of Makeup Forever HD foundation. I'm not sure if that's what they were going for. And it does come with a pump, which is a really nice feature on a drugstore foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and just dot it all over my, I'm gonna zoom you in. I also don't have any skin smoothing on, I mean the camera I have does offer skin smoothing options, but I don't have any on, so you guys can get a good idea of like texture or pores or anything like that. I have a good amount on my face. I still have some on my hand. I'm just gonna go in with this brush at first. Now, this color is a little light for me, but I do find that it oxidizes a little bit. So even though it does look a little light now, I'm not so worried because I know that it does oxidize. And the cream contour sort of warms everything up. I don't know if you guys can see my forehead. You can see the red mark. And it's one of those that I just don't think a ton of makeup is, I don't think any makeup is gonna help it that much. It's just gonna be absorbing it, but at the same time, everyone has skin issues. This looks like skin. It looks like skin, but it's still very high coverage. It's a very interesting product. By the way, these are our new signature earrings. So I have A and S. I just have not been able to take them off. I just love the way they look. I think they're so fun. They're sold individually, so you can get whatever combination of letters you want. Tony and I were trying to think of like 2-letter abbreviations that people might be familiar with. The only ones I could come up with are XO and FU. So I think FU earrings would kind of be cute. Whenever I use foundation, I always like to buff it in with a foundation brush first. If you guys are interested in a brush video, let me know, because I went through all of my brushes and decided on like my favorites. And these are like my daily brushes. I don't use all of them every single day, but I do use them pretty frequently. This is my all-time favorite foundation brush. It's a little bit more expensive. I do have the majority of Morphe brushes, but this brush, because of how sharp it is unlike any other foundation brush. I cannot explain it. I've had this for years and it's the only foundation brush I'm gonna use until I find one that's just like this. It's like the perfect density. Let me look at the pore. Oh yeah, my pores are much better today. Definitely use a pore filling primer. Pores are something that you have issues with, and I would love to know your favorite drugstore primer for pore filling. I know that L'Oreal has one that actually looks very similar to this one, so maybe when I finish that one up, I will try that one, because I'm sort of on a little bit of a no buy, but not really. I talked about this in a vlog I'm filming today. I've gotten really good about impulse purchases, and I just love beauty products, so it's hard when I see something pretty that I'm like, oh, I love that. Oh, that's a pretty lipstick color. I just have to remind myself that I have like a million nude lipsticks. I don't need any nude lipsticks, but it's hard sometimes because makeup's fun. If you are a longtime YouTube watcher, you'll probably remember Project 10 Pan, and I'm kind of doing that, just not as strict, because obviously I just bought makeup. Since I do like try makeup and do videos about makeup, it's kind of hard for me to axe everything. I think it's just more about being a smarter consumer and not buying things that literally do the exact same thing. There's this YouTuber that I came across, her name is Whitney Hendrick, and she's posted some amazing videos about like the consumerism in terms of like online and on YouTube and stuff like that. And she really like made me, I was already kind of thinking about stuff like that, and then when I watched her video, I was like, you know what, she nailed it. So I'll link her video down below, but it's like things you should stop buying. Highlighters, duh. How many highlighters do I need? But I'm still a sucker. So after I go in with my beauty blender, I just do this to kind of pick up any extra, to just keep my skin from looking like skin and not cakey. So I have a few different drugstore concealers to try, because it seems like one week every single drugstore line came out with full coverage concealer. So I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. And I'm also gonna take the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. With the lighter concealer, I typically go under my eyes, on top of my Cupid's bow, a little on my chin. This is a very nice, like, illuminating concealer. And then this is the L'Oreal. Okay, that might be a little dark. I'm taking my favorite beauty sponge ever. It's by Elle. And I'm just gonna go in and blend these two together. I try and bring it up to my eye, down the side of my nose. A big thing that I changed in my makeup routine a few months ago was the addition of cream contour. I feel like it makes your skin look so much more natural, so dewy. I find that it's easier to make sure that it's all blended and even. Tom Ford really set the bar high with this shade and Illuminate. This is like the perfect cream contour. There's just something about this formula that sets it apart from every other cream contour. It is like my benchmark for cream contour. Every time I try a new cream contour, I compare it to this one. Even my mom is like, I go into Tony's room every day to use it. It's just so easy. It's the perfect color, and it truly is. I was browsing Walmart and I came across e.l.f.'s cream contour kit, and the picture on the page looked really promising because it looked super creamy. So I stuck my finger in one because I wanted to, it's gonna focus, I wanted to see like the texture, if it was really creamy, because that's what they did on their picture. It comes with a yellow shade, like a banana brightening shade. It comes with a rich shade. It comes with a medium shade, and then this one's a little bit more ashy. So this line here are the e.l.f. contours. So what I like doing is, as you can see, this one is a little bit, my mom said it had a plum undertone, but I find it has a little bit of an ashy tone, but that's not a color that I would use to bronze up my face. So what I've been liking to do, honestly, is mix one of these two that are a little bit more ashy with this one that's a little bit warmer. So I'm just gonna take this JH05 brush. I really love the Jaclyn Morphe brushes. And I'm just gonna start off by just tapping. They're super pigmented. Now this is not to add a ton of pigment. It's just to add a little bit of a base for the contour, because it has a little bit more of like a shadow, if you know what I mean. This brush is super soft. I don't know if it's meant for cream contouring, but I have one that's a similar shape, and this one is way softer. What I like about this is the colors, although they're pigmented, they sheer out really nicely and they end up just blending like a dream. So now that I have the little bit of base contour, you can also take a little bit for here. So this just gives it a little bit of a natural shadow. And then I'm gonna go in with like the darkest shade and just kind of apply it a little bit higher. And then at the end, I'll put a little bit of the extra bronze, and then I'll go in with the Beauty Blender and like smooth everything out. For nose, I'll typically go in with like a tiny little bit on my hand. I'll dip it and then just like take what I need off the hand, and I'll contour the nose. I also like to go in and slightly contour the lip. I gently go in with Beauty Blender. The one thing you want to be careful of is you don't want to bring all the dark into the light. I know some people like to do contour before concealer, but I don't know, I just like it this way. So you want to just make sure the nose is blended in. I recommend blending like upward, if that makes sense. Like instead of going like this, like blend it upward, because you're bringing the contour to like the narrow part of your nose, and that will make it look thinner. I'm also gonna take a brush. This is just like a blending brush, and I am bringing down my eyes, and there is a little bit of creasing. So I'm just blending it out lightly before setting it. This is one of my favorite setting powders. It's by Maybelline. It's their Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and I get the color Fair Light, and then I'll go in and get like a pretty good decent amount, and then on my hand, I'll just tap it off so there's not a ton. And then I go in and place the powder. The key for me is really pressing it in. I got this stick by LA Color, and it's their Pro Primer eyeshadow primer, and it is a white, my hand is covered in swatches. It is a white pencil, and this kind of reminded me of, if you guys are longtime YouTube watchers, the NYX Milk Pencil. At the time when I was starting YouTube, NYX was not available in Canada, so it was really hard to get, and it was like the big thing. So I was kind of interested in this. I'm just kind of opening up my eyes a little bit with this, and it's very creamy. So once it blends out, it's not super white. There's definitely like a little bit of a white cast, which I kind of like for the inner part of my eye. If you want a white eye pencil, I'd probably just get NYX Milk, because this isn't that opaque. This is the Kylie Jenner Cocoa palette, and I really love this shade. It just really helps with brightening up the eyes, which is very important to me these days. I'm just gonna do a quick eye look because I don't feel like doing anything that crazy today. Something that I have really been enjoying lately is using my bronzer as my eyeshadow. I just feel like it kind of ties a lot together, and especially if you just want to do quick makeup, I feel like this is really easy. The bronzer that I have really been like loyal to since I got it is this Morphe Glamour Bronze. I'm not sure if it was permanent, but it's a really good bronzer color, and I like to load up my brush and then just give myself a quick little eye look. This is what I've been doing a lot lately. And so the thing about bronzer is it doesn't necessarily look like you're wearing a ton of eyeshadow. I mean, you can add to it for sure, but it also just kind of adds contours to your face and dimension to your eyes without doing a complete look. I'm gonna head off camera just because it's way easier to do it off camera, and I feel like everyone knows how to do their eyebrows and mascara. The eyebrow pencil I'm gonna be using is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. Yeah, which I really like. And then the mascaras that I'm using are the CoverGirl Exhibitionist and the Wet n Wild Mega Volume Waterproof Mascara. Oh, that's why it was so hard to get off. I didn't read it, the packaging. I was just drawn in by this pink tube, and they said it was new and improved, and it was like $3, Mega Volume, which is what I want. And when I went to remove it one day, I was like, wow, I can't really get it off. It's waterproof, that's why, duh. So I'm probably gonna do a little combo of these, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm just putting on my mascara, and I wanted to show you guys the difference because I feel like they look really good. This is just one coat of each. My face makeup and eyelashes and eyebrows are on, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the finishing touches. So first thing is to brush off all of the powder that I have on my face. So a lot of it is like sunk in, but I will sort of like brush it up a little bit. So there does get a little bit of powder on like my cheek area, but it's not so heavy, so I don't lose a lot of that like natural glow. See what I mean? Like you can't see it really on camera, but in person, it's like just there. So you just have to go with it. So now just to finish off the face, I'm gonna take a little bit of bronzer, just dust on my face a little bit of bronzer, work it up. The next thing I like to do is use a setting spray. Oh, I have one that's from the drugstore. I'll get that one. This is one of my only drugstore ones. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Coconut. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, I love the spritz on that. I'm gonna let my face dry, and I'm gonna do my lips. I went a little LA Colors crazy because I'd never seen it in store before. So this is their Perfect Precision Lip Liner, and it's in the color Bear, Eye Bear. And this pencil is not, okay, it's not as creamy as, let's say, like a Kylie lip liner, but I don't want you to think that that's bad, because it's not. Like, it's very easy to draw on. It's a nice lighter color. I just feel like it needs to be warmed up a little bit. It's not as creamy as other ones that I use, but it's not hard to get on. Once you get going, it is very easy to line, but it's not super creamy. But at the same time, I don't mind that because I like that it doesn't shift. And this color is just it's very similar to MAC Strip Down. It's a really nice brownie nude. I also really like this lip liner because I feel like it is pretty close to my natural lip color, so I like that I can like overline and just like have fun with it, and it matches me really well. I also brought the lip liner like all over my lips. I don't always do that, but since this is a little bit of a glossier lipstick, I decided to give it a good base. So this I mentioned in my Walmart favorites video. It's by Maybelline, and it's number 50 Baddest Beige. It's just a nice color for every day. And I'm gonna top it with this Wet n Wild gloss. I was really intrigued by this because it's a Zodiac collection, and I was gonna get my color Leo because I am a Leo. My birthday's August 4th. But the color was just like kind of bright, and then I was really drawn to this color because it's like a peachy pink, and it's called Aquarius, and my mom's an Aquarius and my boyfriend's an Aquarius. I know a lot of Aquariuses, so I was like, you know what, I'll get this one. I love the packaging. It's not my favorite gloss, but it does what it's supposed to do. It's not sticky at all. It's affordable. It pairs well with like the peachy pink colors I like, and I'm not mad at it, but is it like the most amazing lip gloss? No. But is it a bad lip gloss? No. So now my face has had time to set a little bit. I'm gonna go in with a new highlighter. Now this is also from, I guess, Wet n Wild's like Zodiac collection. I'm gonna go in with my favorite highlighting brush and just tap a little bit. Now this highlighter, giving it another shot. Oh, you know what? I actually like it a lot more this time around than the first time I tried it. Am I obsessed with it? No. In terms of like, is it a good drugstore highlighter? I think that there are better ones. The Maybelline Chrome highlighters are really great. The Physicians Formula ones are really good. I'm actually gonna take a little bit on my nose. Alright guys, so that pretty much wraps up the look. I hope that you enjoyed it. I think I used pretty much all drugstore products, so I'm really happy about that. As for my favorites from this video, like new drugstore finds that I personally would recommend, I really like this Pro Coverage Foundation. I'm looking at myself in the mirror right now, especially with the pore filling primer. I found the best way to use it for me, and I really like it. I like the way it looks like skin. It doesn't look dry. I think it's a really great foundation. Oh, I also have a blush. This is their Just Keep It Peachy blush. It's pretty pigmented. Is there even a difference? Not sure how I feel about that, but it's okay. Now it looks crazy. Why did I just do that? Another product that I've been really enjoying the past couple of times that I've used it is the e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. I haven't tried a ton of cream contour products from the drugstore, so this is my first foray into drugstore cream contour, but I really like how easy these are to blend, and I also feel like they're a little bit foolproof because even though they do look dark in the pan, and if you just swatch it like that, they do sheer out, so it's not easy to overdo it. You would really have to be piling it on, but I feel like just for everyday, this is great. And I think it was, honestly, I forget how much it was, but definitely under $10. Another thing that I really like, obviously, are the lip liner and the lipstick. This was in my Walmart's favorite video. I think you guys know how I feel about the highlighter and everything else. If there's anything you have questions about, let me know. But I would also love to know what you're currently loving from the drugstore. As always, links to everything I mentioned and my shades will be listed in the description box down below. If you like my videos and want to stick around, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button. I hope you have an amazing day or night depending on when you watch this, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.